Hello everyone, my name is Andy. Today is Saturday, September 30th. Time is around 8:15 GMT. And we will have a look at the Dow Jones futures on the Wanda platform. So it's Saturday, markets are closed, but I will do a higher time frame analysis, and I will also have a look at a lower time frame for Monday. So here we are looking at the weekly chart, and so my take on the Dow Jones is that we did a wave one high here in the higher degree, 5 waves up. We end with divergence, and then we came down here as an A B C structure. We did not reach the wave two area, but that's okay. Like sometimes this happens, and after all, we came quite close. And from here, we went back up again. So upward movement, but not a really strong move like we saw in the other indices, especially like the Nasdaq, which really had a nice impulse from these lows. So I believe we started a new upward cycle from here. So this can be our wave three here in the higher degree. So if we take the length of the wave one, the length of the wave two, then we know that our wave three should go here into this area between the 1 and the 1.618 FIB extension. Now, of course, we will not go there in one straight line. We should go in 5 waves. And so now I believe we are working here on this first wave one up, and then this should be followed by a wave 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, what else do we see here on the weekly? Here, the break of this RSI trend line, and actually, this is not really a good sign for the bullish case. I would say, like for the short term, let's say for the midterm bullish scenario, and I will explain you why. So normally, like if we have an upward cycle, this should be respected in RSI. Like you can read your cycles in the RSI, and so here, like in the daily, we will see this is my wave one, this is my wave two. I will show you. So this is my wave one, this is my wave two, and so now we should be working on a wave three to the upside. But actually, it is not so common. It's actually not common at all that we would break or cycle here while doing a wave three. So that means that instead of this scenario here in green playing out, so the wave one, two, and now working here on the wave three, we could actually have here the scenario in red, which always have been my secondary scenario, which says that we have a wave one here, and then here we are doing some kind of expanded flat, and that would mean that the wave two still has to come. Then the wave 2 area would be situated here. Actually, if we take the length of the wave 1, the length of the wave 1 is here, of course. This is an overshooting wave B. Then we could go into this area here between the 0.5 and the 0.854 FIB retracement. And then if we would start to reverse from here again, this would make sense in the weekly. Then our cycle would look like something like this. So then here we have the wave one, then wave two down, and then we are ready for our wave three. So this is something to look out for. something I would like to warn for, because we are now in a downward cycle, also in the Dow Jones. Now this is quite clear actually, and the Dow Jones is actually also from a bullish perspective, the weakest one. Like, while we had nice rallies here from this level here, like in the Nasdaq, we really had a nice impulse. Also in the DAX, to some extent, we had a nice impulse up, like or yeah, maybe it's better to look from here, from the March lows. This was the moment that the Nasdaq started the wave three, and also in the DAX we had a nice impulse from there. In the Dow Jones, we only had this move here. So this is not really a convincing or a strong wave one. Like, okay, this could be a leading diagonal. That's possible, but it's not strong. And secondly, also here we had the problem. It's been a while. I mentioned this, I believe, but I mentioned it in earlier videos, that depending on the data source you take, your wave 3 is slightly shorter or slightly longer than the wave 5. And so it cannot be, a wave 3 cannot be the shortest one. So in case it is really shorter than the wave 5, then this cannot be an impulse. Then this has to be something corrective. And that would support the case for a wave B, like corrective structure here as a wave B. So what does that all mean, or which implications does this has? Although we are here at an area, at the wave 2 area in the primary scenario. So the primary scenario says wave 1 up, wave 2 down. Now, from here, we should have a wave 3. And I labeled this as a wave 1 and this a wave 2 down. And then we should have a wave 3 of 3 actually. But because we broke this RSI trend line here, this is a warning. This is a red flag. We also, like, this also here is a questionable structure. That's also a warning. And we are still in a downward cycle, as you can see. So these are some arguments that are not really in favor of playing long trades on the Dow Jones, in my opinion. I know we are at the wave 2 area. I know this can be a complete correction here as a WX or as an ABC, I mean. But at the same time, this can unfold here as a wave C, impulse to the downside. So that would mean wave 1, wave 2, and then we have a wave 3 down here. So from all the indices, I would say, like, the Dow Jones is the weakest one from a bullish perspective, and it can be the strongest one from a bearish perspective. So that's why I would be careful with long trades on the Dow Jones, actually, especially here. Like, this can be a 1, a 2, and it can really unfold as a wave, as a wave C, 5 waves, 3, 4, 5. So therefore, we have to be careful, I think, with long trades in the Dow Jones. We are also still in a bearish cycle here, so this can really become like trying to catch a falling knife if you want to go long. So that's a warning. For the moment, I keep the primary scenario like this, as a 1, 2, and here again 1, 2. But yeah, keep in mind everything I have said, everything I have shared with you. It can be that depending on which on what we get in the upcoming week, which data we get, that I just have to switch those scenarios here, and that the secondary one becomes the primary one, and the primary one becomes the secondary one, or it can be even that we have to take off the primary one. So then, if we look at the shorter time frame, if we go to the 4 hour, um, here, so wave 1 to the upside, the high is here. We are now in the wave 2 area. So this all played out nicely. I was quite right here on forecasting this high. I was also quite right on forecasting here at least 3 waves. And so now we are here, and yeah, I have to analyze again. I look at the data, and so now I just want to share with you the red flags I see for going along. So although we are here at an area from where we can reverse, I would be careful for reasons I explained earlier. So if we have to see upside, like if the primary scenario wants or needs to hold or wants to be still valid, then yeah, we should soon reverse. There is still some space for further downside, especially if we reach this, if we want to reach this wave C area. So if we take the length of the wave A, the length of the wave B, then here this area between the 1 and the 1.618 FIP extension is the area where we should go. And then what we should expect is at least some kind of reaction. So in the very bearish scenario, so then we would have here or wave 1, wave 2, another wave 1, a reaction to the upside, which would then be the wave 2 of the wave 3. And then yeah, then we have to see from here we can drop like a stone as wave 3 of 3. So that's a possibility. So therefore, my approach for the Dow Jones would be that yeah, to be a bit more careful with the Dow Jones, which means that like if you want to take long trades, I would wait for some kind of confirmation that we are again in some upward cycle. Actually, this is how I would approach the Dow Jones. Only long trades if it is clear that we are in an upward cycle, and then short trades as long as we are in the downward cycle in the higher time frame, like what we had yesterday is actually a good example of the selling pressure which is currently there in the Dow Jones. Like as expected, we are doing, like yesterday I was expecting some kind of fourth wave to the upside. We did, and yeah, as you can see, we reached the areas, the wave 4 area, the wave like the equal leg area from this ABC. So A, B, C, and then here the area between the 1 and the 1.618 extension is the area where the wave C should go. We reached these areas and we dropped again like a stone. Like everything we gained during the day was just yeah, vanished in 2 hours of time or something, or yeah, even a bit more. But I just mean this is the selling pressure which is currently happening with the Dow Jones. So on the lower time frame, then I would expect at some point, this here is over. So I would say this is the wave 3, this is the wave 4. And then we should have a wave 5 down, which is currently happening, I think. And so after this fifth wave, I believe we should get some upward pressure. Like I think buyers will step in here in this area. But yeah, like I said, it's not because you are expecting upside that you should trade the upside. Like there might be reasons not to trade the upside simply because of the higher time frame, because you're trading against the main direction. Then we are in a downward cycle for now, and there is no evidence that this downward cycle is over yet. So that's a matter of personal preference, of risk management, of your trading system, of your trading style. The forecast would be that we have a fifth wave down here, and then we see upside, be it as the correction which is over here. So this ABC is over here. The wave 2 is in. The primary scenario is playing out, and we start a new cycle to the upside. However, the upward pressure or the upside can also be short-lived, and then it would be that this was the first impulse of the wave 3. We have a wave 2 up, and then we drop like a stone in a wave 3 of 3. So this is a bit what I'm looking at: higher time frame, lower time frame. And yeah, let's see what we get now the next days. So this was my analysis. If you enjoyed it, please like, subscribe, comment to support my work. And then I see you back on Tuesday for another analysis of the lower time frame of the Dow Jones. Thank you for watching and have a good weekend. Bye bye.